there's never been a more important time to be in communication with your database like there is right now. I'm telling you right now, if you are a real estate agent and you are listening to this, you are watching this, sit down and take note, because I'm going to say it a little bit louder for those of you that are sitting in the back. If you are not in touch with your database, on top of it all of the time, somebody else is, because everybody's information is up for grabs. Everybody's registered on all of these search portals. And I'm telling you, if you are not reaching out to your database, you are missing every opportunity that is there to grab.
Yep. Yeah. And it's being in touch with the right information. I mean, I've got an agent who sends me great recipes, but I think of him as an agent that has great recipes, not as an agent who has great market intelligence.
Yeah, so you're probably going to his house for the chili cookout.
Exactly. But I might forget that he's an agent when it comes time to transact.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. And that kind of goes back to social media, where agents are posting silly things on their social media where you're not being of value. And that's the thing, is it doesn't matter if whatever information that you are providing, you are the hub, you are the source for real estate, trusted source. That is the key. And I think that's probably where like your blue ribbon sits, is that you have trusted data, you have accurate data. What you're giving is consistent and trusted. And so that's why agents feel comfortable like pulling Altos information and having that sent out, and they're more comfortable with that product.
Well, that's kind of, I mean, that blue ribbon, I'll bring it back to talking about Logan for a second. When we were starting we were hunting for acquisitions in the housing data space. And, I went to Logan and said, hey, like, what is the best housing market? I hadn't even completed the sentence yet. And he cut me off at Altos. And I was like, okay, got it. And that was super fortunate, because we had a relationship with the founder of Altos, and we're able to go out and acquire that business and integrate it into HousingWire. And and now like Logan is like, repeatedly says, we have the best data, the fastest data, and we're often weeks or a month ahead of other analysis sources when we start to see like market changes and important insights.
So what's your goal? Where do you want to go? Like in 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, when I'm talking to you, what do you want to talk about? Like, what are you thinking? Like, if things could roll out perfectly for you, what would happen in the next 12 months for you and your company?
Yeah. So, I mean, my North Star is helping housing professionals make better decisions faster. And for some folks, that's community, and that's them coming to our events and meeting their peers and learning from speakers. For others, that's having access to real-time data. For others, that's news and content, because they love to read or listen about what their competitors or colleagues are doing in the industry. And so we run a multi-pronged flywheel strategy where we know some people are readers, others are listeners, some consume data and analysis, others get on planes and go to events. And we run a flywheel where we try to bring the same intelligence through all of our communication tools and content types to help housing professionals find the information that helps them be better. So, Glennda, like, I think my answer in 6 or 12 months is a little bit different for who we're talking about. Like, top real estate brokerage owners come to our event, The Gathering, and they meet with their peers and colleagues from across the industry. And then we also host some local events, and the Housing Economic Summit in Dallas that attracts agents and loan originators and folks from all different job categories. And I think if I really look forward to the 5-year mark, I can be a little bit bigger picture. And like, I'd say we're building the Bloomberg of housing. I want HousingWire to be the first place that any professional in the industry turns when they want the answer to a question, market intelligence, or even just inspiration for content. And you won't ever see us go down the consumer content path. Like, we're not trying to directly inform your home buyers and sellers, but we want to give professionals the inspiration, the knowledge, the content they need to advise their consumers. So the Bloomberg of housing is the big 5-year vision.
Wow. I love that. I love that. Now, I am a little bit chapped that you've never invited me to speak at one of your events. So I'll leave that little bird in your ear. And Logan and I, we would get along like glitter and glue. I don't know which one of us would be more glittery because him with those silk shirts. I mean, every time I see him, he's in a silk shirt. I'm like, holy cow, you must have a bunch of those.
Yeah. The man is made for the stage.
He is made for the stage. I love it. So what do you think about all these mergers and acquisitions of brokerages? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the consolidation thesis that we might be looking at an industry with fewer players in the future as there's strength in scale. So I think some of the M&A that we've seen are players that then kind of realize that they want to compete at the highest level. They need to scale up and acquire or merge to create new capabilities or stronger balance sheets. Other M&A is driven by much more strategic thought. And I think that, one of the most fascinating deals of the year is Rocket's acquisition of Redfin and Mr. Cooper. And they already have Rocket Home, creating a full end-to-end ecosystem with a significantly higher focus as well as capability set to retain customers for life. And I think that trend is something we've seen happening for years as we've seen real estate brokerages build or JV mortgage divisions as well as title and insurance. We've seen mortgage lenders work really hard to saddle up close with top performing real estate brokerages and other fintech companies. The industry has been working and flirting and edging toward more end-to-end integration for a while. And I would say this Rocket deal, what they've accomplished in 2025 with Redfin and Mr. Cooper is probably the most significant thing we've seen in a while. If you're looking for anecdotal evidence of what the future of housing may look like.
Well, and a lot of real estate agents and our real estate industry is not even paying very close attention to that. And I will tell you, I think that is a huge mistake because I have mortgages with Mr. Cooper. They're serviced by Mr. Cooper. And I never, ever log in without them saying, are you thinking about refinancing? Are you thinking about selling? Are you thinking about buying? It asks those 3 questions before it even lets me get to my account homepage. And where they have won the race is the race to the consumer. You want to talk about, and again, that's why I go back to, if you're not in with your database, if you're not top of mind with your database, they're clicking. Yes, I'm thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing. Let us connect you with an agent. Let us connect you with a mortgage professional. And you're not even going to get the opportunity to get in front of your client that you sold the house to 5 years ago.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, that's the significance of the Mr. Cooper acquisition is bringing mortgage servicing into that ecosystem in such a large book, such a large servicing portfolio. Their emphasis is on recapture. And if they have real estate brokerage capabilities inside of the umbrella as well as mortgage capabilities, I'm confident their recapture rates are going to kind of blow everything out of the water that we ever thought was normal. So, I mean, Glennda, can I turn a question back to you? I mean, in Atlanta, what is your approach to beating the large scale players with communication and local market presence? Because they're going to be out there with a big Super Bowl campaign this year, and you're going to be hosting a Super Bowl party and see them on the screen. How do you counter that? How do you think about your database marketing and communication strategy?
So very, very similar to you. How does your audience communicate with you? Are they in person? Are they looking for the data? Do they want that pop by? Are they coming to events? I have all of the events at my house. So we just had an event my daughter's on my team. We just had a Halloween event at her house because once somebody crosses the threshold of your home, You're no longer a service provider. You don't go into the home of somebody unless they're your friend or your family. Like Sweets with Santa, pie pickup, all of that is here in my home. So for the people that are see, touch, feel, we're getting in front of them. But you've got to get them with email and newsletters. But there's nothing better than picking up the phone. And what I love to do is say, oh, I just drove by your house. I love that you painted the front door. We talked about you doing it, but you have got to be top of mind. And you have also got to be able to talk real estate. What are the rates? What are the pros? What are the cons? What is the best thing for them and their family? If you are not able to have that intelligent real estate conversation with where they are, meeting them where they are, you are losing it because they think that they can click the button. They can ask ChatGPT. That's the other thing.
Yep.
We are making sure with every blog post, with every Instagram post, with every TikTok, that we are putting in there answer engine optimization as well as artificial optimization, artificial intelligence optimization. And we are working on that. So when you say, who's the best agent in Marietta? Who's the best agent in East Cobb? That we're coming up, that they're saying Glennda Baker, praise the Lord and pass the money. Because if you are not touching every single base, but you've got to be top of mind to that client.
Yeah, we've learned that through the media business in such a big way. Like we go out to the industry, we're at NAR events or MBA events, and people will meet Sarah Wheeler, who's our editor in chief and hosts our HousingWire Daily podcast, and they think we're a podcast like company, period. Like it stops there. And then other people will come to our events and like think like we are an events business, period. Or they subscribe to our data platform and they don't realize the other like elements of the flywheel. And part of that is an opportunity that I can market that flywheel better. But another part is some people just consume information in a specific way, and they're podcast people, they're not newsletter people. And you have to be able to adjust your marketing and communication strategy to meeting people where you are, exactly like you said. And I'm literally taking notes on your cross the threshold strategy. I think that's a very genius approach to building a business, especially one that's geographically focused.
Well, and you think about, my name is Glennda Baker, so I'm really into baked goods. But you think about it, the first thing that your mother tells you is don't take food from a stranger. Once somebody accepts food from you, you are no longer a stranger. And we are doing everything that we can to stay in and cement the relationship with our clients. And we have clients that, no, and it doesn't matter if it is your everyday Bobby and Susie or if it is the CEO of the largest company here in Atlanta. Those people, before they're doing anything, they're picking up the phone. Hey, we're thinking about redoing the kitchen. Can you come over and tell us what you think? And that is the relationship that you want to be in with your client. And people ask me all the time, oh, Glennda, what's the best platform for social media? The best platform the best vehicle, the best method is the platform that your client is on. It's their platform of choice, not yours. It's not, this is not your grandma's real estate where you can send a postcard, a recipe card, and somebody's going to pick up the phone and call you. That is not what people are doing these days. And the threshold to entry and the threshold to greatness is so high because there are people biting at your heels every step you go. So if you are not embracing, if you are not curious, if you are not learning every single day and investing in your business, investing in yourself, you really are, don't kid yourself, you are sliding back faster than you'll ever be able to catch up.
Yeah. And the other element you mentioned there was on your AI and search strategy of being able to appear as number one. We are also operating in what the media folks call a zero-click ecosystem, where people are getting answers directly out of Google's AI response or Chat GPT. And if you're operating in a zero-click ecosystem, the digital strategy needs to surface intelligence about Glennda Baker, Clayton Collins, or Altos Research in that zero-click environment. And that's one place where Real Trends has really excelled. Is for a minute it was like a little indigestion. It's like, all right, ChatGPT is surfacing the top agents directly in platform, and we're not getting any traffic. then you realize, okay, how do we like digest and benefit from that? And the answer is, well, we are the source that ChatGPT is looking at. So that makes strength on the business model side. And maybe it's lower traffic, but the knowledge is getting out there, which really supports the data business. And so being able to adjust your digital expectations to the new environment is something that I think real estate professionals can learn a little bit about what we've learned as a media organization.
I think that you are exactly right. And the zero click ecosystem, don't you think I won't be stealing that little sound bite right there?